Times Square, Branded in the Stars is about trying to communicate those dreams and communicate those inner worlds that we have, and sometimes we misinterpret with one another, to try and create an understanding and basically encourage empathy.
I have a problem that you understand. We all need somebody to lead.
All right, what you just saw is a clip of a 12 or 20-foot bronze, 12-foot tall bronze statue in the middle of New York, Times Square, of a Letitia James looking image of a black woman. It's supposed to be dedication to DEI and the black women. Now, these Democrats, remember now, their whole thing was going around and ripping down statues of Thomas Jefferson and of this person that did things for America. And there was at one point that to even get a statue erected about you, it had to represent something, or you had to do something to receive the statue. The Statue of Liberty was given as a gift to represent peace and lighting the pathway to the country. What in the world does a 12-foot statue of a overweight black woman with dreadlocks and no bra mean to the world or to black people? My mother, my sisters, my daughter, none of them look like this and act like this at all. The woman has no smile on her face, looks extremely unpleasant, hands on the back of the hips. And you've got some on the left, these Democrat black women acting like, oh my God, this is great. Of course, they're going to act like that. Some of them, it's a whole lot of them online that are offended by it because they feel like it plays into the stereotypes of black women. Mean face, can't talk to them, hands on hips, about to let you know what time it is. Dreads in her hair, and she's overweight. Now, let's go through this article, and then I'm going to show you a clip of the reports that came out about it. It's a trip. DEI statue depicting obese black woman looms over NYC. Our postmodern architects figured they haven't littered our once beautiful cities with enough towering trash. So they're replacing all the statues of American heroes they've torn down over the past few years with DEI statues of fictional fat women. New Yorkers passing through Broadway can now look up to see a 12-foot tall Letitia James lookalike pouting at them with their hands on her hips. That is crazy. How anybody can take that as being a form of flattery. And the artist is this quote unquote mixed dude. To me, he looks like he's like Somali or something like that from Britain. He's not even an American black. And yes, there is a difference for those who don't know. The African American, should I say the American black struggle, is different than the struggle of blacks all around the world. We all know what the history is that happened here in America. And we know that globally, all races and all people have been enslaved and have been done wrong. As a matter of fact, when slavery was going on in America, it was actually banned in the UK and most places around the world. But we won't even get into that. But to make this depiction as it is a representation for other people around the world to look at, it is a mockery. There's nothing honoring or flattering about it. Now, I know a lot of black women are going to stand by it. Why? Because it's something honoring them. And see, you got to understand something. And at least in my opinion, and if you're a black woman and you're on this and you just happen to be conservative, or maybe you're not, I understand why black women are so loyal to the Democrat Party. Look at what it does. It puts them on this pedestal and says, you can't say anything to her. And no matter if she's fat, you have to tell her that she's beautiful. No matter if she's loud, you have to not say anything back. It's all of this BS. And as a black man growing up in that culture, I had to deal with it because it wasn't always like this. It's over these last 10 to 15 years that Democrat Party said, okay, I know how to bust up the home. I know how to break up the black community even more. We'll empower the black woman and we'll emasculate the male. We'll tell him he's nothing. We'll tell him he's less than. We'll put her up. And guess what? Any real man is not going to stand around and be treated like that. You know what he's going to do? He's going to look for a place or someone where he can feel respected. And let me tell you, if you don't know on the inside of that, when men start making that choice, that's when you have black women say, oh, you're not man enough to handle me. Or you're not man enough to handle a black woman. No, I'm sane enough and I'm intelligent enough to protect my peace. So I'll distance myself from you. And I'm not saying all black women are like that because they're not. But right now, today, through the media, through the propaganda, a lot of them, and we're not talking about just young ones. I see videos of grandmas twerking and acting crazy. I just saw a Lululemon video, a story about women going into a Lululemon store and turning it into the strip club, bouncing on the floor, popping it and twerking in a Lululemon store. When Lululemon does not make their clothes for plus size women. And some people say, oh, Lululemon doesn't make it for black women. No, he didn't ever say black women. He said he does not make those type of spandex clothes for big women, because he said he didn't like having to see the cheese and the ripples that goes through their body when you're overweight. But what do? Black women went there and they just, turn it into the strip club. So listen, and I'm all about having fun and representing, but, being ignorant is not a representation of blackness, because all black people aren't ignorant. All black people aren't violent, just like white people. All white people aren't intelligent. All white people aren't ignorant. All white people aren't violent. All white people, don't want peace. It's just the same with any culture, and I'm sure you know that, so I don't even have to point that out. But the reason why I'm making these points is because you hear multiple stories. You got some people defending it. Oh, yeah, well, it's a representation of us. You got other people saying, I cannot understand how y'all can't see through the Democrat Party and what they're doing. This is another form of showing you just how racist they really are. I said, what they gonna do to honor black man? Put up a statue of somebody with gold teeth, tattoos on their neck, with dreads holding a blunt? If you enjoyed this video, do me a solid, hit that like button. I'll never ask you for a cash app or a super chat. You hitting that like button helps a great deal. It helps spread the information out to other people. And if you aren't subscribed to the channel, subscribe. And once you do, hit that notification bell and select all. That way you'll be notified when I upload new videos. Because there's no way that somebody can see having an overweight, unpleasant looking woman with her hands on her hips wearing dreads is somehow honoring or flattering. She didn't have a stethoscope around her neck. She didn't have on a workout outfit. She didn't have a sledgehammer or building something or sitting at a desk looking like an engineer. She's overweight wearing a t-shirt with no bra. Dubbed the Grounded in Stars, the statue is supposed to resemble a shared humanity, offering a unique opportunity to experience Times Square in a new light. According to her creator, James J. Prince, who compared himself to Michelangelo. Now, this mixed Brit guy, who I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna do some digging on him. I honestly don't believe there's any black in this man. He's about as black as Kamala Harris. And it's funny, he's from Britain. Why didn't you set it up in Britain? Why didn't you put it in the UK? Why'd you bring it here? And then, of course, and left-wing love in New York, they would allow something like that. Luckily, it's only there till June 17th. But let's check out what Jesse Waters had to say about it, because I thought his take on it was hilarious. Let's check out what old Jesse had to say.
Democrats have been on a statue jihad since the summer of love. Christopher Columbus, Teddy Roosevelt, George Washington, even Honest Abe, even Frederick Douglass all got torn down. Statues are important. They tell the American story. But the left wants to desecrate and forget our heroes and erect their own statues. In Times Square, a giant statue of a black woman just went up. And when I heard about the statue, I was open-minded. American heroes come in all shapes and sizes. Who is this woman? What did she do to get a statue? A nice one, too. Nothing. This isn't a real person. It's a DEI statue. The sculptor says she's a fictional character who's meant to contrast the statues of white men in Times Square, like Father Duffy, a World War I hero who actually accomplished something. The artist calls this fake lady a modern-day David. The contrapposto pose of her body and the ease of her stance is a subtle nod to Michelangelo's David. David was a celebration of the human form. Not sure what this statue's celebrating. If you were going to put up a fake statue, why not make her happy and healthy? Not slap a big scowl on her face and her hands on her hips. This is what they want us to aspire to be? If you work hard, you can be overweight and anonymous? They don't like real statues because it reminds them of our society's merit-based system. They want a society based on equity, where achievement isn't celebrated, equal outcomes are. So they celebrate mediocrity instead of triumph. Our nation has hundreds of statues honoring Black Americans, as we should. Harriet Tubman, Duke Ellington, Jackie Robinson, Rosa Parks. We could go on and on and on. But they've built a statue in Times Square. They could have done it for Michelle Obama or Kamala Harris or Oprah Winfrey. Usually you have to earn a statue.
Y'all see the robot in the back? I'm not gonna pause again, but you see that robot in the back? That's kind of cool.
I'd give one to Jalen Brunson. He's carrying the Knicks on his back. Anyone but a fake lady.
See the robot?
So what does New York think about the DEI statue?
Do you know who this woman is?
No.
I have no idea, no.
Nope. I have no idea, no.
No, I do not.
Do you have any idea of maybe something that she accomplished that got her a statue?
Something with equal rights? I don't know.
Something to do with like the Black community.
Part of the BLM movement?
What if I told you she accomplished nothing?
Really?
It's supposed to embody everybody. Does that make sense to you?
No.
I think I feel totally represented by that.
You do?
No.
I feel like it's a good representation for New York, especially because it's towards the BBW women. And a lot
I'm
of
sorry,
people,
what's BBW?
She called her BBW, and for those of you who don't know, that is a very common acronym on certain sites. And this young lady just let us know what type of sites she watches in her spare time. That's usually found on, that's a term usually used on adult sites.
Black,
That's for
like the big Black women.
What do you think about her pose? Is that a good pose?
No, I don't think she's happy to be here.
Wow. Even the girl looking at the statue says the statue don't look happy.
People are comparing it to Michelangelo's David. How do you think it stacks up?
She's wearing more clothes since she's not naked. No.
Would it be better if she were?
That's a tough question.
Who do you think she voted for?
I would say Trump. I think she voted for Trump.
Probably Kamala.
Why do you think that?
Black Lives Matter.
Probably didn't vote
Why?
because she's stuck here the whole day. She couldn't get to the polls.
How does she make you feel?
Like a baddie.
What a beautiful piece. Standing in the middle of Times Square. What a beautiful time.
Okay. Well, I just wanted to bring that story because I thought it was wild. I personally don't see any honor in it. The women that I've spoken to, I've got mixed. Some have been like right on. But again, the Black women who have supported it only did so. If you'd have seen or read the response on why they supported it, they were more so defensive of it more than supportive of it. It's like, well, she's plus size because not all women are skinny. But when you look at the woman that was saying that, she was overweight. But it's like, you know, the one woman said, those aren't locks. No, she said, those aren't braids. Those are dreads. Literally in the same post, because I put some up on Facebook, in the same post, another Black woman came and said, those aren't braids, those are locks. So even amongst the Black women, they don't even know what all of the stuff is depicting. It's just a statue that's meant to represent unity. I don't understand how an overweight Black woman with dreads, with her hands on her hip, making a mean face, brings anybody together. Well, yes, I do. Let me take that back. We are all united in the fact that we don't like it and it's disrespectful and it should be removed. So it did bring us together. See there, I just found a positive. That's awesome, isn't it? But hey, I just wanted to bring this to you. I thought you'd get a kick out of it. If you haven't already, like the video. If you stayed in there with me this long, thank you so much. Subscribe to the channel. Leave a comment. Tell me what you think about it. And most importantly, I want you to be safe and you be great. I'm Brian Maxwell, and I look forward to seeing you at the top. Over and out, y'all.